Hey guys, so today we have a few stories to get through. I didn't think that we'd collect this many things, but there's just been a lot of stuff happening. Some things are a continuation, some things are just new stuff popping up, which is absolute insanity. Let's just get into it. Instagram and Twitter, follow me on there. Second channel in description. And we also have some like exciting news. I don't know if it's exciting for you, but it's exciting for me and I just wanted to share it with you guys. But recently I was in talks with Glossier, and as you guys know, Glossier is one of my favorite brands. I'm wearing the lipstick right now. It's a Generation G, Leo, with a little bit of cake. And you guys, I filmed a full face of Glossier and you guys loved it as well. And I saw you guys ordering a lot of things, but I didn't have an affiliate code, and now I got an affiliate code with Glossier. Before anyone's confused, they do have a referral code which anyone can use, but then you get credit for their website. Whereas I got an affiliate link, which means I actually make money from it. So if you guys want to use my affiliate link to get yourself 10% off your first order, then it'll be in description, along with my Odin's Eye affiliate link as well. I now have two. I am collecting, I am stacking up. And yeah, you get 10%, I get 10% on both of those. So, if you want to get anything. I've got Odin's Eye on my eyes, I've got Glossier on my lips. I'm just kind of really excited. Oh yeah, I'm wearing the Boy Brow. I'm very into Glossier and I'm hoping that, you guys make the most of your 10%. But anyway, now let's get into the actual stuff that you're here for. So recently, Priya, who was an employee of Bon Appetit, and Bon Appetit is a channel that kind of everyone loved for a little bit. They have people like Claire who make those like gourmet snacks. So like she'll pick Doritos and then she'll make Doritos at home to see if she can recreate the flavor and so on and so forth. And everyone was in love with Claire from the Bon Appetit test kitchen. And then we realized there were so many other characters there that we genuinely enjoyed, and they seemed to have this like genuine friendship. And now it's coming out that they weren't treating their employees well. This came out during the Black Lives Matter movement because a lot of brands were being held accountable for basically treating people of color worse than the white employees. So Bon Appetit was called out. They were trying to make everyone calm down and basically just let everyone know that they're working on fixing the issues, which the issues shouldn't have been there in the first place. And now Priya, who was one of the people that was kind of usually in the videos, like most of the time she was in the video, has now posted a statement on Twitter saying, "I'm leaving Bon Appetit video. When I was first asked to do videos in the test kitchen in 2018, the opportunity was presented as great publicity for my upcoming cookbook. I wasn't paid at first, so she was just like an intern-ish, like work experience. I don't, like if you have a cookbook, you're a good enough cook to be paid." So they did the thing that they do to YouTubers, which is we'll pay you in exposure. As if exposure pays the bills. As if a landlord is going to be like, "Oh, you got extra 5,000 followers on Instagram? Great. Pay me with 1,000 of those." Exposure doesn't pay the bills, and exposure shouldn't be a payment for you when working with a multi-million-dollar brand. So when I get an email that doesn't automatically state like, because usually you get business emails that are like, "Hey, like we have some products we think you'd be interested in. Would you like to try them out? And then maybe possibly we could collaborate on some kind of a sponsorship. What are your rates?" That's usually how they finish it off. It's like, "What are your rates?" And then you can reply saying either yes or no, send me the product, and then my rate is blank. When a brand reaches out to me and they're like, "Hey, we think you would love our product. Do you want to get some? We could collaborate on one of your videos." Blank. Like, no asking what my rates are. I'm just like, why would you not ask that if it's clearly like a business transaction? Why would you not ask what my rates are? And then I just don't respond. In 2019, I asked to be compensated. So that's a whole year. Well, depending on like when in the year it was, but roughly a year that she just wasn't being paid for her work. Incredible. Anyway, so Anne was offered what I was told was the standard rate, which amounted to about $300 per video, which I don't know how that works out, but obviously she says it's for several hours of work, which YouTubers work for several hours on a video, or several days or weeks or whatever it is, but we get to keep all the money. If we don't have any employees and stuff, we get to keep the money. We pocket all of it, whereas she was clearly like getting a cut of the video. And if you're not a YouTuber, you don't really know how much videos make, but the videos on the Bon Appetit test kitchen channel probably make a lot of money because they're kind of family friendly. Like there's no big stuff. It's educational and they get millions of views. So I'm saying if they have like a $10 CPM and most of their videos are above 3 million views, it's $30,000 per video that they're making, right? Yeah, $30,000 that they're making per video, and she's getting paid $300. Like even if they had a $5 CPM, that's $15,000 per video, and she was clearly doing most of the work. So even if they were like shared videos and there's like 10 people on the job, you know? Anyway, I later found out that some of my colleagues were making many times this amount for doing the video, and that makes sense because if they're making $30,000 per video, they can afford to pay people more than $300, you know? While others were receiving no additional compensation for a video. Obviously, the rates that I'm throwing out there are based on estimates. Like, no one really knows how much a channel makes. Like, you guys would have no clue how much money I make. I have no clue how much Jaclyn Hill makes. I can only make like rough estimates of like, well, this is a standard CPM for this kind of a channel, and doing the maths, then this is how much money they would make, you know? But anyway, they could be making more, they could be making less, but still, they're not making less than like a few grand a video, while others were receiving no additional compensation for video. Throughout my time filming in the test kitchen, I voiced numerous complaints about how non-white members of the test kitchen were tokenized, carelessly framed as monolithic experts for their communities, used as props for white talent, and not given equal opportunities to be featured. Most of these were brushed under the rug or actively ignored. In June, as Bon Appetit faced a very public reckoning, I was told by video leadership that things were changing and that would be a huge push towards diversity. I was told I would receive a fair contract with equitable pay and opportunities for growth. But it was all lip service. The contract I received was nowhere near equitable and actually would potentially allow me to make even less than I do currently. I've received no concrete update on the diversity, equity and inclusion efforts on the part of video, despite asking multiple times. These past few months have been disappointing and insulting. I'm constantly being told that I'm an important part of the test kitchen, yet leadership refuses to acknowledge that in the form of compensation and opportunities. Some of my colleagues in the test kitchen have been publicly supportive, but privately complicit. Even helping to interview BIPOC video candidates they know will be unpaid. I am thankful for the platform Bon Appetit video gave me, but I refuse to be a part of a system that takes advantage of me while insisting I should be grateful for scraps. This happens way too often to too many people of colour, many of whom do not have the privilege to walk away from a situation. Today I'm walking away because I have that privilege and I want to use it to make things better for those who come after me. To my BIPOC peers, don't settle, recognise your worth. These publications need us more than we need them. I hope to find platforms that value me, treat me as a three-dimensional person and provide a safe environment. Bon Appetit video is not that place. This is disappointing. It was disappointing because I feel like they were so loved as a channel and it almost seemed like it was a diverse environment. But then there was things missing, you know, I didn't see a black person on camera. Apparently there were black people behind the scenes, but there wasn't a black person on camera, so on and so forth. There were just things, you know, that could have been improved. Then they got called out for people, you know, making jokes, and that crossed the line. And now this, they had months now to figure out new contracts, figure out employing new people, figure out equal pay for people, and they just didn't do it. So it's almost just like these people, these companies are so sure that they will not be called out, that they don't see the point of even improving, because at some point this will all blow over and then they can go back to treating people differently depending on their race. And that is disappointing. And I think the only way that you can get them to change is to stop engaging with their content, stop watching their videos, unsubscribe, unfollow. At this point, that's just all you can do. You know, I feel like there are some things that can be forgiven. I think there are many situations where people can be forgiven, but that's because most YouTubers are individuals. They are just one person who is in charge of this whole big channel, career and stuff. So they are bound to make mistakes and they have to deal with those mistakes. When it's a company where like a decision gets run by multiple people and they still make a bad choice, how much can you really forgive? So the next story is actually insane. So Jake Paul has, you know, a few different mansions. He's got the one in Calabasas, and then he's got like a partner that he works with, and there's a mansion that him and Tana Mojo got married in Vegas, and both of those houses were now raided by the FBI, and a few items were seized by the FBI, and I'm not going to say what items they are, but if you go on twitter.com you will know what items they are, and they're very dangerous items, so I'm not going to talk about them, but yeah, it's crazy that they found in there, and I don't know who, I don't know what normal person has those things just laying around, but that's coming from someone who obviously lives in the UK. It's a different culture, but at the same time, I think even in America, this isn't like normal culture for most people, except Jake Paul isn't a normal person. He's got actually one of those items tattooed on his thigh, just big tattoo on his thigh of that thing, so I'm not surprised that those things were just laying around his house dangerously. I mean, I'm pretty sure if you own those things in America, you're supposed to have some kind of like responsibility over like people not, you know, using them by accident, or, you know, none of that happening, and that's clearly not the case when it's leaned up against your hot tub in the garden. You know, anyone can just access it if they just break into your house or something. So people are wondering what the theory is behind all of this. Like, why did they get a search warrant? Was it just for those items, or was it extra stuff and they're just taking these items away just because they were there? I don't know where this is going, but I'm kind of like intrigued to find out more. As much as I don't care about Jake Paul as a human being, I think this is just absolute insanity. And the fact that any YouTuber was just raided by the FBI is insane to me. Like, even if I don't care about the YouTuber themselves, just the idea of the FBI getting a search warrant on a YouTuber, raiding their house, getting a few items out, blows my mind. I just want to see what else is happening. I want to know, you know, where this goes. So there was a TMZ article written about this saying, the scene of an early morning FBI raid, TMZ has learned law enforcement sources tell us Jake's house in Calabasas is currently being searched by the feds and that a search warrant has been issued to do so. We don't know why or what the authorities are looking for, but we do know agents are on the ground taking a look around. We know Jake draws a lot of attention with his YouTube stunts, which are often documented on camera, some of which have landed him in hot water legally before. The raid isn't a prank gone wrong though. We know it's real this time. And then Insider wrote about it as well, saying the FBI searched YouTube Jake Paul's California mansion after serving him a federal search warrant. So a representative for the FBI's Los Angeles division said that the warrant affidavit is sealed, which prohibits the agency from commenting on the investigation. Because usually if something like this happened, like a representative for the FBI could say, this is why we had a search warrant because of this, this and this, and now, you know, updates will come soon. But matter of fact, if it's sealed, that makes it even worse because it makes it sound like the situation is a lot deeper and they can't talk about it because it's not like resolved yet. That's crazy, because if it was like just, oh yeah, we had to like seize some of his items, they'd probably say that. But the fact that they seized items and they still can't talk about why they had a search warrant means that those items were probably not in the search warrant. It was something way bigger than that. That's crazy. And the thing is, it wasn't just like one or two people driving to his house, you know, to just search around. It was like a whole truck of people like working for the FBI. It was crazy. Like, the pictures are insane. I don't know how more people, okay, I do get that people are talking about this, I do get it, but I feel like other situations have gotten so much more exposure than this, and this is insane. This is probably the worst thing that's going to happen to a YouTuber in a while. Like, obviously there's like worse YouTubers that have had worse things happen, like some of them are in jail, but this is like by far, like in the last few years, one of the worst things probably to happen to a YouTuber if this goes through. Then Jeffree Star had to insert himself and he tweeted out saying, why are the FBI in Calabasas right now? My mum said she saw 20 officers in a tank. And then Jeffree Star quote tweeted a tweet saying, update, authorities have seized multiple items from the Calabasas home of YouTube star Jake Paul after the FBI served a search warrant early this morning. And Jeffree Star quote tweeted saying, my neighbours sure are interesting, but didn't he move from Calabasas to Hidden Hills? So how could he see that if he's not in Calabasas? He's in Hidden Hills. He's been in Hidden Hills. Remember, like, he bought his new house? And Hidden Hills and Calabasas are pretty far away from each other in the grand scheme of like who you consider your neighbours. I don't think Hidden Hills people are like, lol, Calabasas my neighbours. They're like, Hidden Hills my neighbours, you know? I don't... It's just inserting himself into drama again. He always says, well, I'm not going to insert myself into drama anymore. And then bang, drama. Inserted himself. And then the Sun, the US Sun, posted an article saying, more trouble. YouTuber Jake Paul owed $2 million in federal taxes before FBI raided and seized items from his LA mansion. YouTuber Jake Paul was hit with a federal tax for over $2 million before the FBI raided his Los Angeles home and seized items from the residence. The Sun can exclusively reveal. On Wednesday, a public information officer confirmed to The Sun that the Los Angeles FBI is executing a federal search warrant in connection with an ongoing investigation regarding his May protesting arrest in Scottsdale, Arizona. And then the LA mayor, Eric Garcetti, says city will shut off water and power at homes that throw large parties. So these YouTubers are going to just end up with no lights and no water if they just keep on going the way they're going. And on that note, Def Noodles tweeted out saying that Hype House manager Thomas Petro says they can't stop throwing parties because their jobs are to entertain people. We live with groups of people and we're all intertwined for work. We can't put our entire lives on hold for a year and not make any money. What are your thoughts? Here's the thing. You can entertain people without throwing parties. Second of all, because everyone else is doing it, I don't know why you think you're so special. These TikTokers literally dance for a living. They can do that on their own. Two, that wouldn't be a big deal if, you know, you say, oh, we all live together, we're not just gonna like move out. Yeah, no, you can be with people in your household. You could even have a party if you want with the people in your household. Like, if all of Hype House wants to have a party together and then they don't leave, you know, Hype House, That's great because they live together. But when you do, oh, Hype House and these other people are gonna have parties together, then that's the issue. Then Laura Lee actually posted a video. I've been watching a lot of Laura Lee's videos recently. I've actually subscribed for the first time. I wasn't subscribed to her before the first Dramageddon, and then obviously wasn't subscribed during it because I think she was handling it really poorly. And then I think just recently, like maybe a month or two ago, I found her channel and I realized that she was now a mum of a 16-year-old and that she was just, you know, getting her shit together. I think she hasn't been in a scandal since forever, so you know, that's good. And she posted a video saying, what's going on with my brand? She announces a few launches, and then she said that she hasn't had a launch since the end of 2019 because she almost got like trauma from makeup. Like she was just so like detached from it. She didn't want any part of it. She didn't want to release new makeup. She didn't want to be excited about makeup. She's clearly moved away from makeup content on her channel. She films a makeup video every now and then, but a lot of it is also now turned into like lifestyle content, and she says that's for a reason. She said that in one of her assumptions videos where she said she doesn't mind being irrelevant as long as she's not in drama because she's now a parent and there is a different responsibility when you're a parent. And she said that the beauty community is very toxic right now, at least where she is, aka in LA. Big sub count, big YouTube friends, you know, kind of, she was like, that's a toxic scene to be in and I don't want to be involved in it anymore. And that's why in this video she says that she's been kind of turned off from makeup for a little bit, but now she appreciates it again and she's back to launching makeup because she wants to put her all in it, and she's now invested even more of her own money that she's made from YouTube and the brand back into the brand. So I think that shows a big commitment to makeup again, but in like a very healthy, non-toxic way. And I'm very happy that she's not intertwined with all those people that start drama. You know, she's allowed to be a big beauty YouTuber, also not having big beauty YouTube drama, and I appreciate that. So recently Rihanna released her new Fenty Skin line, which is her skincare line. She's got 3 products there now, which is a face cream with SPF, a toner and a cleanser, and a lot of people have bought it, and now a lot of people are tweeting out saying that it's breaking them out, which I don't know if that's people saying that just to give the makeup hate or it's actually the truth and people are breaking out from the makeup, because it does have some fragrance in it, but I don't know if fragrance is sensitizing to everyone or is it just for people with sensitive skin. I'm not sure. So a guy tweeted out saying, Fenty Skin break me out and I'm pissed, are you shitting me? Returning my Fenty Skin tomorrow. Some people are very like huge fans of Rihanna, and then some people are not huge fans of Rihanna, so they're kind of being a little bit like, if I like it, I like it, if I don't, I don't. But some people are huge fans of Rihanna where even if they don't necessarily like the product, they're not going to be like, they're not going to say it. They're going to claim that they love it because they're huge fans of Rihanna. Rihanna really made people break out with Fenty Skin just so they're forced to cover their acne with Fenty Beauty Concealer, a businesswoman. Fenty Skin is being dragged. And then James Welsh tweeted out saying, so many people want negative reviews of Fenty Skin. Lots of us being accused of lying just because Rihanna is involved. Why do so many people think a negative review is the only honest review? And I think he's tweeting that out now because he's being honest. At least, you know, that's what he's saying. He's saying he's being honest. And there are some people that recently were called out for not being honest, even to do with the Fenty Skin review. For example, Nicole Concilio, who he also called out. And I guess when people like Nicole Concilio do something that is untrustworthy, that then rubs off on the whole community, because the whole community gets accused of being like addicted to the PR. And there are many more tweets about Fenty Skin, some positive, some negative, some defending Rihanna, some going against Rihanna. Like, it's just a mixed bag. But as a whole, I think it's always the case when a celebrity releases some kind of a makeup line or skincare line, people are going to be skeptical about it and just kind of have a negative output on it, whether, regardless of if they tried it or not, they're just going to be negative towards it. If it's actually bad and breaking people out, then that's a shame. But if that's all lies just to make Rihanna look like, you know, she doesn't know what she's doing, then that's also sucky. The last piece of tea for today is James Charles and Manny MUA have now been called out. Manny MUA has been out of hot water for so long that this was just unnecessary. But I do understand that just because he has a platform doesn't mean he's not allowed to express his opinions. And I feel like sometimes a big drama starts because a YouTuber expresses an opinion that they didn't realize would be so like hated by everyone. And I think at that point it's not necessarily drama, it's more just like people have to be careful of what they say unless they want to be spoken about, you know? So James Charles tweeted out saying, I'm sick of people who have no business coming out with makeup brands. And Manny MUA tweeted out saying, does anyone else get slightly irritated when celebs come out with entire makeup lines, especially when those celebs don't even wear makeup? I'm like, girl. And then afterwards, James Charles and Manny MUA were called out for basically just saying like, look, everyone's allowed to release a makeup brand. It's the reason why you guys are allowed to release makeup. So other people are allowed to release it too. And it just seemed like They didn't mind Selena Gomez releasing a makeup line, even though she doesn't really wear much makeup either. But they minded Alicia Keys releasing a makeup brand, even though she doesn't wear any makeup. But then now it turns out Alicia Keys is actually not releasing makeup. She's releasing a skincare line with Elf, which is a more affordable brand. It's going to be easier for more people to start off with skincare if it's more affordable and promoted by a celebrity, which I think is a good idea. Anyway, James Charles posted a statement saying, at Alicia Keys, yesterday I posted a subtweet about how I thought some celebrities shouldn't launch makeup lines. It was about at Alicia Keys. A few years ago, she announced that she no longer would wear makeup, so I was bothered because many celebrities come into the beauty space as a cash grab without any actual passion and then leave. I deleted the tweet after a few minutes because it's childish to indirect tweet someone, and I am not the gatekeeper of makeup. Anyone should be able to secure their bag, and it's not up to me which brands people should or shouldn't support. I'm now glad that I did delete it because after reading further, I learned that the beauty line is skincare. This was my mistake and I should have read more before tweeting, because literally who better to talk about keeping your skin clear without makeup? Regardless of my intention with my tweet, it ended up being a microaggression against someone I respect. So to Alicia Keys, I owe a direct apology. I'm sorry. It wasn't my place to gatekeep this industry. I can't wait to support and try out the products, and I know the brand will be worth $1 billion in a few years. Okay. We can get behind this. And then Manny MUA tweeted out a statement saying, in regards to my tweet yesterday, hey guys, so yesterday I tweeted that I get slightly irritated when large celebs create cosmetics lines when they don't wear tons of makeup, because I saw the news that Alicia Keys is releasing a beauty line. I only tweeted because I know that she stopped wearing makeup years ago. I should have researched more to discover that she is working with Elf Cosmetics to develop skincare. I get defensive of the beauty community because so many celebrities only come out with cosmetics lines as a cash grab, but I shouldn't have jumped the gun. And regardless, I know I am not the be-all, end-all voice of makeup. Anyone can create what they want to create. That's the beauty of our community. I apologize to those who I upset with my tweet and to Alicia Keys for being so quick to make a judgment. There is room and space for everyone in this community, and I think that's super mature of them to release that statement. Of course, they should have read sooner that it was a skincare line, but then again, whenever news outlets spoke about it, they said it was a beauty line, which then insinuates makeup, and they knew that that was shady because she claimed that she wasn't wearing makeup anymore and now she's releasing a beauty line, and that's so shady, and more people are going to click on that than if they said skincare line. So I think it's shady on both sides, but I'm glad everyone kind of acknowledged what happened. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below anything you want to comment down below, and subscribe because I post videos every time something happens. So hit that bell, you'll be notified when that's happening. Social media links and second channel in description, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.